Nation. I'm Rockvar. Rockvar. I don't know why I use an accent when I do. That's how Rockvar sounds to me. Anyway, um, they announced the DLC today. DCUO has got a new DLC coming, and so I'm gonna take this time to record this for YouTube because I know the Twitter feed's gonna look butt nasty when I start doing it. It does. I'm sorry. It's pretty nasty, isn't it? Makes something sound really gross when you say that. I know. Lida's taken aback by my choice of language. But that's what it's going to be. There will be a black screen and it'll be all fuzzy looking and distorted. So I know that going in. And I'm going to go ahead and record this so that anyone who looks at our YouTube page, or, channel, is has an idea what's going on. And we can just do the Twitch thing live. That's my answer to it. Because I'm sure no one's watching that anyway. So anyway, Amazon Fury Part 2. I know I don't really care. Lida's super excited because she loves Wonder Woman. And Amazon Fury was like a dream come true for her. So she's already through that with her tune now. So anyway, welcome to VAR Penthouse. You're here for a sneak peek of where I live, where Rock lives. This is when he's not fighting crime and whatnot at Vartech. He comes over here and I'm watching Trailer Park Boys too much. I'm starting to talk like them. That's what it's all about. Anyway, Amazon Fury Part 2. Obviously the sequel to Amazon Fury 1. And a lot of good content in this. Lida is going to be super thrilled about the outfits that she's going to be able to have with the gear. They're going to have several different styles for armor coming out, and one of them's Wonder Woman-ish themed. One of them's Wonder Woman-ish themed and has some stars on it. You're going to like that. I don't know how to describe it really. I'm sure there's pictures out there. But what I'm interested in the most is the content as far as the missions. They're going to have a lot of options here and something that's kind of new that people on the forums and stuff have been asking for. So there will be 2 4-player ops. One Return to the Nexus is one of the 4-player ops. The second 4-player op is Act of Defiance. We've got... Oh no, I told Android wrong. There's 3 8-player raids and the Elite raid. So there's going to be 3 separate 8-player raids. And then they're doing an Elite version of one of the raids. Throne of the Dead is the name of it. Yeah, you're going to be so excited about this because you're going back to the gates of Tartarus for some of this. And you're going to Tartarus for some of this, I believe. Now, don't quote me on that, but I'm fairly confident because you have to keep in mind I watched this. The reason I'm telling Lida this right now is she was not able to watch the stream that Meps and Jens did today. It was a really awesome stream, and I tuned in from my cubicle at work and watched and took notes the best that I could. So for the most part, I caught most of what they were saying, but I took careful notes when it came to the actual numbers. So, but the new thing that a lot of people in the forums had asked about was the having more than one version of a raid, because there's people like me out there that started playing this game a couple of years ago, and the content that they put out is still fairly aggressive to me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not so over geared that this stuff is just easy for me when it comes out. I have to work my way through it. And there's a lot of players out there in that situation. They still have to work their way through it. They're still working their way up to this level even before these things come out. But I am not one of those people. I normally get fully geared with the newest stuff and get it modded up to the highest level right before another DLC comes out. And so then I'm working my way through that DLC. And because of the time period when I started here and the way this game was geared when I started, I didn't really work hard on skill points. Heck, I'll make it known I didn't know what um, skill points were all about for a long time. So I wasn't trying to get feats. There was a time in this game when I thought you could only spec into the weapon you used. Imagine that mind-blowing experience of being like, what? And I found that out from watching someone stream, which is why I'm doing this now, because I know there are still a lot of new players joining the game, and I don't think people are really backtracking to the basics all that much. You can find that stuff if you look for it. There's a lot of good YouTubers out there that taught me everything about what I know about playing the game, um, which isn't a lot, but it's enough to really enjoy it. But anyway, so they've come out. So the reason I said all that was that they're having multiple versions of this raid, so that people who are like me can go to the regular version of the raid and enjoy themselves. But those folks who have amassed all these skill points, and nothing's really a challenge for those folks anymore, then they've got something that's maybe a little bit more challenging to them. And Jens made the statement that no one will probably be able to beat this the first day it's released. They don't think without accumulating some of the gear, and our dog just about knocked the TV off of our table just now. You shouldn't be able to beat it automatically, even with a bunch of skill points. So, um, but so here's how the gear is going to work. You're going to do 98 combat rating gear is going to drop. That's our dog speaking to us now. She's going to be on air too. She wants to. So the 98 gear is going to drop from the 4 players, the ops. There will be 99 combat rating gear that will be available from the vendor. That will be available with Marks of Fury and the new mark, Symbols of Myth. I actually did write that down. Cool. And that'll be, I think, in their words, collected in the usual fashion. There will be 90, so I said that's the 99 combat rating gear that you get from the vendor. 100 combat rating gear will drop from raids. So, and that's just the regular versions of the raids. And then they'll have 101 combat, or item level, I should say. Sorry, not combat rating. I wrote it down CR, even. What an idiot. 101 item level elite raid gear. And Meps did stop for a second and go out of his way to say that that those drops will be rare. Yeah, I believe when he said this, it was rarely dropping from the 8-player raid and the elite raid. So I imagine that'll be. You can't just have all the gear automatically. You have to work for it a little bit. I mean, and this is the coolest part of this. I like 70 skill points available. 70 new skill points. What? You'll be able to accumulate enough feat points to get 70 skill points.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. So apparently there's going to be a ton of feats. I don't know if they told a time frame on this. I'm going to tune into FNL here well, this isn't live, so you guys won't see this. I was getting ready to say as everyone should, but hopefully you watched it. I'm guessing they'll say something there, but I don't think they'll give a time frame. I'm not sure if it's on test server right now, although I'm fairly confident it is.
Well, especially since
Yeah, but they do that though. I mean, I remember when Trigon came out, they talked about that long in advance.
Yeah.
So, and did a couple podcasts showing it, I think, before it was even on test. But anyway, hope you enjoyed. Sub if you like. We're going to try and do this kind of stuff when they announce new things. We want to get it out there and talk about it. I'm sure a lot of people are doing that, actually. So, but anyway, if you like, sub, and we'll check out our Twitter feed. It is Twitch feed.